Trickster tales. Talk about it. A trickster is a character who fools others to get what he or she wants. Whom do you think the wolf in this photograph is trying to fool? Vocabulary: riverbank, wares, treasurer, merchandise, educate, burdens, appreciation, unfortunate. Analogies. FCAT. Analogies help you see the relationship between words. If you know the relationship between one pair of words, you can figure out the meaning of an unfamiliar word in the second pair of words. For example, happy is to mournful as fortunate is to unfortunate. Anansi and Common Sense, a stage play adapted from a Jamaican folk tale by Trey Reeves. Characters: Anansi, narrator, little girl. Stage is bare except for a tall tree on one side and the edge of a river on the other. Anansi is sitting by the riverbank thinking. Narrator: Anansi the Spider-Man was greedy for power and wealth. One day he decided he could get these things by gathering all the common sense in the world. Anansi, snapping his fingers. That's it! If I have all the common sense, people will come to me with their problems. The wares I sell will be bits of advice. I will make so much money that I will need to hire a treasurer to be in charge of my finances. Narrator: So, Anansi set out to gather every bit of common sense in the world. As he found it, he stuffed it in a large hollow fruit called a calabash. When he thought he had found every bit of common sense, Anansi closed the calabash with dry leaves. Anansi: I will hide this stack of precious merchandise at the top of the island's tallest tree. Little girl enters and sits by the riverbank. Narrator: Anansi tied a rope to the neck of the calabash. Then he tied the two ends of the rope around his neck. The calabash hung against his stomach. Anansi tries to climb the tree, falls down, tries again. Little girl watches him and laughs. Anansi, whirling around toward the riverbank. Who's there? Little girl: You need a teacher to educate you. Don't you know that heavy burdens are best carried on your back? Narrator: Anansi didn't value her helpful tip and showed no appreciation. Anansi: Useless calabash! Ripping the calabash from his neck. The day I filled you was a sad and unfortunate day indeed. Flinging the calabash against the tree so that it breaks open. Narrator: When the calabash broke, little pieces of common sense were scattered everywhere. That is why, today, everyone has at least a little bit of common sense.
Reread for comprehension. Evaluate. Author's purpose. Authors write to entertain, persuade, or inform. An author's purpose chart helps you identify clues to the author's purpose for writing the story. This helps you evaluate the selection as you read it. Reread Anansi and Common Sense, and use your author's purpose chart to find the author's purpose. Clues. Author's purpose.